why do white people pay so much attention to black people if they don't like them? You would think if you didn't like something, why would you be paying attention to it?
To my family, friends, supporters, and colleagues, I want to speak to you directly and from the heart. This is a shakedown. I'm going to be open, transparent, and defend myself because this isn't right. This is all being orchestrated by Tony Busby, who has targeted Jay-Z. Tony Busby targets black men.
Oh, Lord have mercy. If you say that one more time, I'm going to choke out of you when I see you.
Race play, Shannon Sharpe. Race play? I didn't even want to talk about this, but the more videos I scroll past talking about Shannon Sharpe and this relationship that he had with this 19-year-old, and it's not just her with the race fetish. He obviously was turned on by these conversations as well, and he only released what she was saying.
You having an unnatural allegiance to losers does not like you.
This entire Shannon Sharpe incident, it simply took a crazy left turn. That $50 million 0 cents lawsuit. Yep, it's spinning. And now Katt Williams is stepping in, saying he told Shannon this exact catastrophe was coming. But guess what? Shannon wasn't attempting to hear any of it. When Katt drove up to Club Shay Shay last year, he didn't hold back. He straight out informed Shannon that wilding out in Hollywood with no self-control, particularly when it comes to who you allow in your bed, may
something you wasn't supposed to be doing.
You will tell it.
Katt was emphasizing discipline, image, and understanding how the game works when you're a black guy in the limelight. Shannon brushed it off like it was just joking. But look at the chronology today, and it's not looking good. Shannon's being brought into court by an OnlyFans model who alleges he did some very horrible things to her when she was only 19 and he was 54. And here's where jaws struck the floor. Shannon admits to playing race play with her.
We didn't make it about race. Shannon Sharpe did when he started going to find 19-year-old girls and training them how to degrade him racially in the bedroom. When he continued a relationship with somebody that was talking about she wanted his black baby gravy and wanted him to put a big black baby in her. And that's just the text messages that he released. So I know it's some more nasty, weirdo stuff in there beyond that. That's what he felt safe to show us.
Now admirers are gazing at him sideways, thinking he walked out very melancholy. People are thinking Shannon could have just burnt a generational bag. All because he couldn't control his desires. All that labor, the image, the brand, placed at jeopardy over some strange late-night choices.
Katt Williams said he left career-ending knockout blows out of his Club Shay Shay interview.
If you think about everything he said that were going to happen, it came true. And the fact that he's saying, I held back a little bit, he probably has stuff on people and he just used jabs instead of throwing that haymaker.
There's a possibility that you might hear the haymakers.
This lawsuit didn't simply crop up out of nowhere. It fell exactly as Shannon was supposedly set to secure a $100 million 0 cents media agreement. And only months prior, there was rumor that he and Katt were arranging a Part 2 interview on Club Shay Shay. Now, people are beginning to connect the links, and it's raising a lot of eyebrows. Was this lawsuit truly simply some random scandal, or is Shannon Sharpe becoming silenced by the big dogs above for allowing someone like Katt Williams a mic? It's got some thinking, whether this is about more than simply drama. Maybe it's about control. So what did Katt truly say regarding Shannon's downfall? And did he truly attempt to warn him that the business would spin his own faults against him like a trap card? Let's get into it.
The liar knows what lie he told. You see what I'm saying? So even if I made it deceitful and I made you think that the answer is over here, but the answer is really over here, I'm still going to be looking over here. Me, the one that tricked, because I know this is the right answer.
This lawsuit has overturned the entire table, and now it's looking like Katt Williams called it months ago. He urged Shannon, clean it up, get your act straight, monitor who's around you, stop giving these industry gatekeepers an excuse to come after you. But Shannon, he swept it off like he was untouchable. And now, everything's occurring precisely way Katt predicted it would, word for word. But here's the real kicker. The powers that be didn't even need to expose him. Shannon did it himself. He effectively provided them all the dirt they needed. Just look at those insane messages he shared, where his accusers actually talked about demeaning him via racial play.
This just in, the Texas attorney who targeted Sean Diddy Combs with dozens of civil lawsuits on behalf of John and Jane Doe's allegedly victimized by the music mogul has a new target in his sights. NFL legend Shannon Sharpe. A brand new lawsuit was just filed in Nevada claiming Sharpe was manipulative and eventually a Jane Doe, with the latest claims allegedly happening as recently as January.
On Sunday, April 20th, it hit the news that a woman going by Jane Doe slapped Shannon with a serious lawsuit out in Nevada. And it's not just a little claim. She's accusing him of repeatedly gripping her during a relationship that allegedly started after they crossed paths at a gym in LA sometime in 2023. Now here's when everything really begins to connect. Jane Doe is being supported by Tony Busby, a high-profile Houston lawyer who's already been making news for filing a stack of cases connected to Diddy's claimed victims. He even went after Jay-Z. So sure, this isn't some random legal mess. It's related with significant industrial heat. According to the complaint, Jane alleges it all started consensually, but it didn't remain that way for long. She alleges Shannon wasted no time after meeting her. He was 54, she was barely 19, and he hunted her down hard until she eventually gave in. But as things grew casual, she claims he switched up quickly. She alleges he began treating her like a plaything with no regard, simply using her like some type of toy. Jane Doe's accusations against Shannon suddenly reached a whole new level of frightening. And folks are in shock. She's accusing him of a whole new level of unsettling, and many are aghast. She's accusing him of choking her, threatening her life, and even surreptitiously recording their intimate moments, then spreading those recordings without her consent. That's not just risky, and it gets even darker. She claims Shannon told her awful things about wanting to do anything to her so no other guy would ever desire her again. Straight up disturbing. But it doesn't end there, as according to the complaint, Shannon reportedly discovered a means to enter into Jane Doe's apartment complex without her knowing. No key, no invite. Simply came up like he had complete access. And one night, everything nearly went entirely off the rails. Jane claims Shannon snapped on her during a heated moment, and amid all that confusion, she noticed a pistol nearby. Feeling insecure, she attempted to communicate her position with her pals via her iPhone just in case things went wrong, but Shannon caught her in the process. And that's when things supposedly became frightening. She alleges Shannon grabbed her by the neck and threatened her, "If you ever do it again, I will effing murder you." Those are the words she alleges he said. And fans can't believe what they're reading.
Thing I say, you're just gonna like get mad at and you're just gonna hang up on me, so I feel like...
I'm not gonna hang up on you. Here's what it is.
What does that even mean?
Nothing yet. You wanna be a to me now, so...
I don't want to be... Don't manipulate me.
Oh, Lord have mercy. If you say that one more time, I'm gonna choke out of you when I see you. Thank you.
Well, I don't want to be choked.
Yes, you do. I don't think you have a choice in the matter.
After that, Jane believes she began to draw away. And the last straw? That popular Instagram Live from September, when Shannon unintentionally went live while with another lady called Michelle. But Jane Doe claims Shannon simply wouldn't leave her alone. She states that on October 6, 2024, things took a horrific turn. She accuses Shannon of forcing her to perform a sexual act on him while holding her down, even as she was weeping. And it didn't end there. According to the complaint, Shannon raped her twice after that, and then one more time during another claimed incident in January 2025. This isn't just about scandal, it's about serious, significant allegations. The complaint doesn't hold back. It offers a terrible portrait of Shannon Sharpe, not as a great sports person, but as, quote, a flawed, egotistical human who used his fame, money, and power to manipulate, control, and dominate women. Jane Doe claims her case is about breaking that pattern, and she's seeking for a jury trial and $50 million, 0 cents, in damages. But here's where things get increasingly messier. As soon as this case hit the press, Shannon came out swinging, but not with quiet or denial. Instead, he had his lawyer, Lanny Davis, issue a comment on social media. And in that article, Shannon exposed Jane Doe's true name, revealing her as Gabriella Zinga, a lady with a significant presence online. Turns out, Gabriella is very well known on sites like OnlyFans and Instagram, where she goes by the handle She Is Carly. But here's when it goes absolutely off the rails. In his formal reaction, Shannon didn't simply dismiss the claims, he twisted the script in a radical manner. He said the connection was totally consensual and even dropped graphic text messages that he believes came directly from Gabriella Zinga. But instead of assisting his case, the letters kindled a whole new fire. Fans were already side-eyeing him hard for being connected with a 19-year-old at his large age. But after reading the racial play material in those messages, the reaction reached a new level. One of the messages allegedly sent by Zinga read, "I want you to put a big black baby in me, and you better crave it, 'cause you're gonna be stuck with it for life." Yeah, that's what he thought would help his image. Instead, it turned stomachs and had social media roasting him for crossing serious lines, no matter who initiated it. Shannon's lawyer, Lanny Davis, wasn't pulling punches either. He blasted Zinga's lawsuit as a blatant and cynical attempt to shake down Mr. Sharpe for millions and called it nothing more than a stack of lies, distortions, and misrepresentations. But that's not all. Davis also suggested that Tony Busby, Zinga's lawyer, is gearing up to drop a video of Shannon and Zinga together. He claims they'll try to twist it to make a consensual moment look like assault. So now Shannon's trying to run ahead of the storm? He insists everything that happened between them was part of an adult role-playing relationship, full of fantasy scenarios, dual-hanging play, and consent from both sides. Shannon's lawyer didn't hold back either. He said flat out that Mr. Sharpe completely denies all claims of coercion or misconduct, especially what he called the gross lie of assault. And according to him, there's no way Shannon is going to cave to what he sees as a straight-up blackmail attempt.
My family, friends, supporters, and colleagues, I want to speak to you directly and from the heart. This is a shakedown. I'm going to be open, transparent, and defend myself because this isn't right. This is all being orchestrated by Tony Busby, who has targeted Jay-Z. Tony Busby targets black men, and I believe he's going to release a 30-second clip of tape that tries to make me look guilty and play into every stereotype you could possibly imagine. That video should actually be 10 minutes or so. Hey Tony, instead of releasing your edit, put the whole video out. I don't have it, or I would myself. You know what happened, and you're trying to manipulate the media. The encounter in question took place during the day at her invitation, and now that appears to be a deliberate setup, coordinated by Gabby, also known as Carly on OnlyFans. Gabby and Tony Busby want $50 million. What they're getting is sued for defamation and trying to take me down. My career is all about real talk and honesty. I know my family and fans know exactly what this is about. And I'm going to be out there telling you whatever I need to say, just like I always do. I love all you guys.
Now, about that audio clip Jane Doe released, Shannon's legal team is firing back, saying Gabriella Zinga chopped and edited it to make him look way worse than he actually was. They claim it's a hit job, plain and simple. But Shannon didn't just stay behind the scenes. He jumped in front of the camera and dropped a video online calling the entire lawsuit a shakedown. He even accused lawyer Tony Busby of having a pattern, specifically going after black men in the spotlight. He brought up how Busby's lawsuit against Jay-Z fell apart and said, "This case is just another media circus meant to twist the truth." Shannon didn't stop there. He stated he's intending to sue both Gabriella and Busby for defamation. But then things took a dramatic twist. Even after all the strong rhetoric, Shannon's own lawyer had to come clean and acknowledge that early this year, Shannon really offered Zynga $10 million, 0 cents, to make the entire situation go away peacefully. If Shannon honestly felt this entire thing was false, why pay her $10 million, 0 cents, to be quiet instead of simply slapping her with a defamation claim straight away? That's the question everyone is asking right now. And best believe Tony Busby didn't spend a second applauding back. He went on Instagram with a strong statement suggesting Shannon's hush money offer demonstrates he's terrified, scared that Jane Doe has actual, solid receipts. Busby commented, "On one side, Mr. Sharpe and his attorneys say this complaint is utterly frivolous, yet now they confess he promised Jane Doe $10 million, 0 cents in writing not to bring the lawsuit. That's a fact. She was offered a $10 million 0 cents settlement and she turned it down. She opted to fight." He also called out Shannon and his legal team for attempting to dox Jane Doe and tarnish him in the process. Busby stated he anticipated this exact conduct and made it plain, "We're not backing down." But just when you think this tale couldn't be more heated, another twist strikes the chronology. New allegations appeared alleging Katt Williams had attempted to warn Shannon many times, advising him that his out-of-control lifestyle and lack of self-discipline may come back to smash him. And now, that warning's aged like a prophesy. Katt allegedly informed Shannon that it wouldn't be outsiders pulling him down, it'd be his own conduct and the higher-ups. They'd use his dirt against him if he ever stopped playing by the rules. Let's not forget, Shannon's name has been floating in scandal for years, from speculations about him being on the DL, to reports he released his own private recording to quash homosexual rumors. It's always been messy. But ever since he offered a platform to outspoken voices like Katt Williams and Monique, both of whom exposed Hollywood gatekeepers, it seems like Shannon could have stepped on the wrong foot. Katt Williams allegedly advised Shannon many times to tighten up, warning him that if he didn't clean up his behavior, he'd wind up paying a high price. But Shannon didn't listen, and now it's all falling down on him. With everything coming out, from the scenario with the 19-year-old OnlyFans model to the revealed racial playtext, it didn't take much for the higher-ups to turn Shannon's own decisions back on him. They didn't even have to dig deep. He practically gave them the ammunition. That's why supporters aren't flocking to defend him. A lot of individuals are claiming Shannon brought this on himself. They're pointing out how Katt attempted to warn him, advised him to stay away from that crazy Hollywood environment, and certainly from OnlyFans models who may flip the script at any minute. Meanwhile, Katt's out here moving in quiet, keeping his business discreet, missing the clout, chasing events, and remaining in his own lane. He's not letting Hollywood bait him into trouble. But Shannon? He was out here behaving irresponsible, partying like a 25-year-old when he's hitting 60. And now, it's looking like that fast life is finally catching up to him in the worst manner. Fans aren't letting Shannon off the hook. Even if this entire scenario was rigged up by the business to punish him, they believe he still made it much too easy. Nobody compelled him to tamper with a 19-year-old when he was 54. Nobody advised him to wade into race play, understanding how contentious and detrimental it might be. So even if there was a setup, Shannon delivered them the blueprint with his own selections. One pan didn't hold back, saying, "The more that comes out about Shannon Sharpe, the more I'm looking at him sideways. Man's a damn weirdo. Messing with a 19-year-old at 54 into race play? Nah, I can't defend that." Even award-winning journalist Ernest Owens jumped in, posting, "A 54-year-old black man was engaging in race play with a 19-year-old white girl? I'm not supporting Shannon Sharpe." Period. And it wasn't. It might be legal, but it's disgusting. Another person chimed in with a brutal takedown. Time and time again, Shannon Sharpe just keeps proving Katt Williams right. You have an odd loyalty to losers. That phrase struck hard and is already making the rounds online. But now we want to hear from you. Is Shannon Sharpe truly being penalized for providing a voice to folks like Katt Williams and Monique? Or did he destroy himself with terrible decisions, little self-control, and a wild lifestyle? Drop your ideas in the comments below. We want to know where you stand on all this crazy. And don't forget, Like the video, subscribe to the channel, share it with someone who needs to hear the truth, and slam that bell so you don't miss what's coming next. This story's far from done. This story's far from done. See you on the next one.